I'm 80 years old now, and it's been 42 years, but I've never given up hope. I've never given up hope that there'll be justice for our daughters.
It's been over 40 years, and the senseless murders of two St. Cloud girls remains a mystery. However, the case does seem to be closer to being solved now. Authorities just need the right person to come forward with the last crucial bits of information.
Somebody knows something that they're either hiding on purpose or just are afraid to say what they knew at the time.
People out there who have never come forward, that know what happened, know who did it, and are not telling what they've known. People who have never come forward before.
Maybe every month or so something comes in that we look at. We have ideas, but we don't have proof on being able to arrest or charge anybody.
It was September 2nd, 1974 at about 11 o'clock in the morning. Mary and Susan Reker walked from their home to the Zaire Shopping Center. Rita Reker recalls it being a nice sunny day after a big family reunion gathering at their home the day before.
I didn't want them to go very badly, but they needed some small school supplies, yet they were going to be back quickly, so.
Witnesses have confirmed the girls made it to the store, but it was when they didn't come home for dinner that their parents knew something was wrong. It started a search for the girls that went for 26 days.
They were gone for a couple weeks. They didn't know what happened to them. They were reported maybe as a runaway, maybe, well, they were missing.
I remember fixing supper that evening, and we generally ate around 5 o'clock. And when they weren't there at 5, we knew something was wrong.
On September 28th, the search came to a tragic end. Both bodies were discovered in a rock quarry on the western outskirts of St. Cloud. Susan was stabbed 13 times, and Mary was stabbed 6 times.
Their bodies were found. One body was found by some kids near a quarry, and then the divers found the other body in the quarry.
The murders shook the community, and to this day, Rita still can't comprehend why such a horrible thing happened to her daughters.
Mary had planned to become a teacher when she got older, and our Susan planned to become a doctor, and she was a violinist.
Going through old news clippings and WJON radio files, several suspects came and went with the investigation, but the case continues to be cold to this day.
I've always felt, well, maybe this time we'll know some more. Yeah, it's been such a mystery, just trying to come up with even a motive for why this happened.
Several of the people that we have anticipated being possibly being a suspect, some of them are alive.
We had hopes for them like any other parent does, and they had hopes and dreams for themselves about what they were going to do with their lives, and somebody just chose to kill them.
In our recent investigation, a couple things stand out. Authorities seem most in need of a witness account of the girls after they were at the store. They also say there's a possibility of looking for DNA evidence again if more technology develops. Testing on the girls' clothing years back didn't reveal much.
We'd like to know what happened from the time they left the store until they were murdered. If they saw certain people together, and I can't say who those certain people would be, but we have witnesses that saw the girls at the store. We have witnesses that saw them in different places.
Signs point to someone the girls may have previously known. A chilling diary entry discovered from Mary points to this. It says, "If I am murdered, find my killer and see that justice is done. I have a few reasons to fear for my life, and what I ask is important."
Pretty significant to look at that and not rule it in. You certainly can't rule it out because what 15-year-old girl writes that?
There was a significant development in this case back in 2005 that seems to have affirmed to the family on who they think was responsible. The case was presented to the VDOC Society, which is a members-only crime-solving club of detectives, FBI agents, and scientists in Philadelphia who hear cold cases. And after hearing their case, they confirmed to the Stearns County Sheriff's Office that they were on the right track with the suspects they were looking at.
Their opinion at the time we presented it to them is that the person or persons that we are looking at look like they would be viable suspects.
Did that confirm a belief in your mind
Yes.
when they said that?
Yes. That was a breakthrough for us.
So here's what we know so far after speaking with authorities in Rita. They both seem to believe it was a man who was young at the time of the murders and is still alive today who's responsible. It's also very possible he had an accomplice. Authorities have always seemed to lean towards thinking he was from the St. Cloud area. Investigators now seem to just need the last missing pieces, which involves witnesses stepping forward.
We're assuming a he. Could be more than one person. We're not sure of that. So there could be some knowledge or acquaintance.
This person who murdered them, I don't feel that he acted alone. I feel that he had an accomplice. And nobody lives in a vacuum. The profilers all say that it was somebody very young.
Several years ago, Fred Reker, the girl's father, died at the age of 84. Rita is 80 now, but still hasn't given up on finding closure.
And I think I'm 80 years old, and why am I still fighting for this, for some justice here? But they were my children. I had hopes and dreams for them. We had 4 other children, and they're doing well in their lives. And they had to grow up with this, with the mystery of this all, as part of their lives. That was hard for them. Yeah, so it's our family bears the scars of this yet. And I guess before I die, I'd like to see it solved.
If you know anything, especially if you saw the girls in the time frame after they went to the Zayres store, you should contact the Stearns County Sheriff's Office or the Tri-County Crime Stoppers. There's still a $50,000 reward for this case. From St. Cloud, I'm Dan DeBon, WJON.